what does the future hold for the PlayStation Vita? Right now, it's being called into question because apparently, like, it's drying up like a motherfucker. Tumbleweeds are going by and shit. Whenever it comes to AAA titles, first party, second party, third party, doesn't matter. Like, in-house, random publishers and stuff showing up on the PlayStation Vita, whether they're being ported or they're exclusive to the system. Apparently that's kind of drying up on it, and a lot of people are just like, yeah, the system's gonna be completely done for. And every time that somebody in the industry is apparently trying to go and say, hark, do I hear the death rattle of said platform? I think it's dying. I always just want to scoff and laugh. I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. And people are just like sitting there greedily sitting like this, like, yeah, I can't wait for them. Like, you want less options. Like, you want less options. Are you fucking dumb? Like, open up your fucking head, check for that head meat, it's not there, scoop out all the fucking Skittles, lint, and dog shit inside there, and put your brain back the fuck in and actually think about this for a sec. Why would you want less options? I love my fucking 3DS. 3DS, right there. Last thing I was playing on it was Luigi's Mansion, Dark Moon, and Jake Hunter on the DS. You know why? Because it's a badass little fucking handheld. The 3DS is the premier handheld, but just like with the DS, I like the PSP quite a bit. Tons of games I could only get on that. And I always supported the PSP, even though people, again, said the same exact thing. Ho ho ho, it's fucking stupid, doesn't have games. I'm like, have you actually held the PSP and played games on it? Because it has a lot of exclusives, no less. Well, same thing for the Vita. As a matter of fact, I got out all my Vita games right here, and there's one more. Where the fuck is it? This one I have not played or opened yet, but it's Conception 2. So I got it, I was just like, I will get to it as soon as humanly possible. But this, Trigger Happy Havoc, this is kind of like if you took Battle Royale meets Persona meets Phoenix Wright. Because you do have like little court proceeding type things where you have to go and judge people and figure out shit. You have to go through murder scenes and stuff. And it's like Battle Royale because it's a bunch of kids in a high school and everybody's getting offed. And I was just like, yeah, and you know what I did? I bought this for myself for my birthday. Because, well, that was my birthday present to me. So I was like, happy birthday, Alpha Omega Sin. So that's what I did. Shinu, Baidu, 2, whatever the fuck, I don't know. It reminded me of Tenchu, so that's why I went and picked it up, and I got stuck somewhere, so I haven't gone really far in it. Plus, I was playing other things at the same time, but I was just like, yeah, fuck it, why not? I like being a ninja and cutting up shit and fucking killing people. Virtue's Last Reward, considering the fact that I was a big fan of 999 on the DS, which is 9 persons, 9 hours, 9 doors. I think that's the right order of it. But that game, a lot like Trigger Happy Havoc, you know, it's all just story and, you know, just going from place to place, and that's really about it. But this entire series is basically like a whodunit murder type thing, and it's just, again, people getting offed, and you have to make sure that you stay alive. There's a bunch of endings and shit. And I like that game a lot, so I went to get the follow-up. It's also on the 3DS, so if you're just like, I can't find that one, because that one is a pain in the ass to find, then, yeah, there you go. But Touch My Katamari! I like all the Katamari games. As a matter of fact, I've played every single Katamari game with the exception of the one on PSP. And I cannot think of the name of the one on PSP. Fuck, what the hell is the name of that one? Either way, but Touch My Katamari is Katamari Damashi, except for it's on the Vita, so there you go. Hooray and stuff, and touchscreen controls and shit like that. The game, oh, here, you know, here, I'm gonna go with this one. Muramasa Demon Blade, but this is like an HD version of the one, like, the original was on Nintendo Wii, and I like that game a whole lot because Vanilla, was it Vanillaware Software, is that who put it to, oh no, it's actually, Marvelous. I could have swore it was Vanillaware. Huh, maybe I was mistaken. Either way, but this right here is just a little side-scrolling, one of the most beautiful 2D games that you'll ever see. And you just go around killing a whole bunch of shit, and it's kind of got the Metroidvania style setup, so yeah, you got that going for it. But yeah, Muramasa is just a good game, I'm sorry. But I want to see it on a nice little OLED screen and stuff. But the main game that made me want to get it, that I held up earlier, is Persona 4 Golden! And I played the shit out of all the Persona games. Persona 1, 2, 3, 4, Persona 3 FES, Persona 2, which is Eternal Punishment, Innocent Sin, and then the remake of Persona. I have every single Persona game. I just want you to understand that, like, every single one. And this one was going to be no exception. And unfortunately, I was kind of late to the party on this one because I wanted to get the limited edition of it, and I couldn't. Because I was just like, fuck, now it's super expensive, so it makes me really sad. But this right here is like an extremely badass version of it, because if you like Persona 4, this has an extra character in it, has a whole bunch of extra story, has extra animated cutscenes, extra dungeon, extra endings, just lots of new content, and it looks amazing. It's absolutely great. I dropped 80 hours in this bitch, like 80 hours, and that's not like, oh, you left your Vita on. No, that's pure fucking gameplay. But yeah, and again, got that conception too. But I'm like, the Vita does have a lot of good games, like even more. I wish I could fucking afford like the rest of the games, but I want to make this to just say like, I don't even give a fuck if it has a bunch of AAA games on it, because I'll be honest, everything that I just talked about right there is like the middle of the road type of games. Like, these aren't AAA titles, and I'm well aware of that. As a matter of fact, the other two games that I played, they were download only, so I don't have physical versions of them. But Uncharted Golden Abyss and Gravity Rush, both of them are first party and amazing. I'm just like, dude, these are awesome, and they were free. I had PlayStation Plus, I downloaded, played the fuck out of them, beat them both, awesome-ass games. But the point being is that they're trying to say, oh, well, it's not going to have, like, a whole bunch of AAA titles and shit like that. It's a system filled with niche titles. That's how I viewed my PSP. Like, I got all my PSP games sitting down there below my PS2 games, and every time I talk about games on it, it's these, like, you know, underground ones that most people didn't hear about. Like, if you like RPGs, you should own a Vita. Like, that much I can say. So, if you're an RPG fanatic in any way, like, you're just like, oh my god, role-playing games, blah, 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 you should have a Vita, because it's got a bunch of badass ones. And I noticed that a lot of the RPGs I grew up and I loved a whole bunch, especially, like, you know, from Super Nintendo up until, like, PlayStation 2 and stuff, a lot of that stuff seems to be showing up on handheld systems. So the DS, the PSP, the 3DS, and the Vita have, like, a bevy of these RPGs that you're not finding anywhere else. And I'm like, dude, you gotta get this shit. And I know some people are like, ah, man, handhelds, they got these good games on, but I hate playing on that little-ass screen. And I can understand that, because there's lots of times I just want to hook the fucking thing into a television. But the PlayStation TV's coming out, so you at least have that to look forward to. So, hooray, high five? Yeah, no high fives. Well, fuck me running. I guess I'll be out of that. But is this the death rattle of the Vita? No. The Vita still sells enough and still has a steady stream of games showing up on it. Should people actually pick it up? Look at the games that are on it, and that'll actually tell you whether or not you should get it. I can't tell you and be like, yes, you should get it, and da-da-da-da-da, because that's fucking retarded. I don't know what games you like. So, it's one of those things, like, you need to be able to decide that for yourself. Like me, I like RPGs and little random games like that, like fucking murder mystery games with, like, Trigger Happy Havoc and Virtue's Last Reward, and, you know, the, oh god, what the hell is it called? Ronpa? Oh my god, I'm butchering that so fucking bad, but the sequel's coming out for it. I was all excited about that, but I like those style of games. That's like, you know, on the 3DS when I said I was playing Jake Hunter. Well, I like Jake Hunter, and I like the Phoenix Wright games and stuff like, just like that. You know, I just beat Snatcher. Those kind of games are on the Vita. I'm like, that's awesome, hooray! But yeah, it needs support. The problem is that Sony doesn't advertise this shit, for example. Like, you do not see commercials for the Vita. Like, you just fucking don't. It's as if they don't want to fucking talk about it. Like, what was that, last year's E3? They didn't even bring up the Vita, really. Like, at all. They just didn't fucking talk about it. I'm like, wait. I forget if they did the Tokyo Game Show, but I'm like, you've got to put this stuff out there for people to know about it so that they can get all hungry for it and want to go pick it up. And you need to bundle this system with the PlayStation 4. Hell, make limited edition bundles with the PS3 if you have to. Like, anything. You know, you need to go and put it out there, advertise it. If you have to go and take a hit on the hardware just to get it into people's hands so that they start buying games for it, because it's got a ton of exclusives, why the fuck not? I mean, if you get PlayStation Plus, you're already getting, like, what, 3-4 games free for it? Like, dude, like, fucking pick that shit up. But, again, Sony, get your shit together. Like, if you want this to be a dying platform and continue to get mocked, then you continue with the same exact thing that you're doing right now, just safely assume that people know about it and that people will buy it. Until you start actually putting it, like, right there in their fucking face, they're not going to know about it. People will think, you know, handheld gaming, they think of Nintendo. Well, be a fucking contender. When they think of consoles, they definitely think of the PlayStation brand and, you know, stuff like that. They don't think of just Nintendo. They think of Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, and stuff. You know, the mobile market is absolutely huge. You can definitely have a piece of that pie if you're putting out big-ass budget titles on there, or at least, like, a lot bigger than what you're going to get on, you know, the mobile offerings. Just do that. Like, I don't want to see a system die like that, because I remember when Neo Geo Pocket Color came out. As a matter of fact, I got mine in right here. Like, my Neo Geo Pocket Color This is like one of the best handhelds in the entire world, and it's really true. Like, this is one of my all-time favorite handhelds. People don't even know about it. Like, they don't know about it or even give a shit about it. And when that came out, people said the same shit. It doesn't even have games. Who the fuck cares? Oh, I'm like, did you ever play that game? Did you ever once pick it up and play the system? No, why would I? and that's the kind of reactions that you get. Just like, I don't get all this fucking fanboy logic. It's as if you just hear something, you're like, yeah, that's my opinion now because I heard that. So I heard it sucks. Like, well, did you actually try it for yourself? No, because I heard it sucks. Like, don't you actually try to form your own opinions? No, because I'm a fucking empty-headed jack-off. It's like, yeah, I can kind of tell. You really are. Like, I've seen smarter churned butter than you, and that's just fucking depressing. That shit could be left out in the fucking sun, and a cat could piss on it. It's still a million times smarter than you, and kind of more valuable, really, on the totem pole of life. But the Vita, it won't be dying. I know that it's supposed to be doing, like, at least decent in Japan. I don't know how well it's doing in, like, PAL territories that I haven't bothered to look up. I know most people here are just like, what? Like, a local game store for me? I'm like the only dude that buys Vita games. So he sets them aside and he's just like, oh, hey, you interested in this? And a couple of those games I showed you, that's how I bought them. I got them from him for really cheap. And oh, also here, we'll toss this out there. Lower your fucking memory card prices. What the fuck are you thinking? I know that you like to have all your own hardware and shit so that you can maximize the amount of money that you make, but it's a fucking memory card. In a day and age where flash drives and SD cards are like up to 32 gigabytes and the shit's like 20 bucks, what the fuck are you thinking charging the ludicrous prices that you are, and especially on a platform that essentially, by comparison to the competition, is fucking failing miserably? Like, and that's an easy way to keep people away from your shit. Why? Why even do that? It makes no sense. Holy fuck, man. But again, if you're a big fan of RPGs, get the system. Like, I'll just tell you flat out, get the fucking system. But otherwise, anybody else, look up all the games that are available on it. Look up videos of it. You know, check out some reviews from any people that you actually trust the opinions of. And there you go. You know, I can't say that any of the shit that I said was reviews for this stack of games, but like, it's a very, 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 very short synopsis of them. And will give you at least a vague idea of what they could entail. But there you go. Get that shit. Get that shit. Get that shit. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah, I have no clue. Dance number and shit, and, you know, burlesque dancers and stuff show up, and then I'm a big old happy alpha omega sin. But I hope the Vita doesn't die because I like my options. I don't want to have just one console in the handheld region to be reigning supreme, and the fact is I like my handhelds. You know, I like to have my phone in my pocket and bust out games on there, but I prefer my handhelds, and that's really true. That's my preference. So the more options, the better, and everybody else should feel that way, because when they take options away from you, then gaming's not nearly as great as it could be, now is it? So anyway, opinions, thoughts, feelings on a Vita. Don't plan on getting one because you don't give a fuck about handheld gaming. That's completely possible. Is it something that you actually do own and you have stuff to go and say about it because you're like, hey, it is actually pretty damn badass, and there's an infinite amount of opinions that everybody can have. You know, it's a comments field and stuff, or if you even want to do a video response, then you can do that, except for it won't show up down below like it used to on good old YouTube back in the day. Seriously, put that shit back. That would be super, Google. You can do that. You can do that. You update with all sorts of other shit ruining the site. Why not put back a feature? Anyway, this is Alpha Omega Sin. As always, nerds, nerdettes, and gamers. Game the fuck on.